Hello everyone, this is Gorses. This is going to be my first, I guess you could call, tutorial video. It's been a couple of days. I've been sort of trying to record what I call a BusyScape kill, quote unquote. Something lazy, something quick, something that you want to tally in, get one kill, tally out over and over. I'm a guy that works a lot. I've said it 1,000 times. I'll say it 1,000 more times. But sometimes I can't commit more than a couple of minutes to a kill. So you'll see an example of me tallying in, getting a kill, tallying out. And then I'll show off when you actually have time to play properly. I'll show how you can stay for multiple kills at a time. I'll show a 4-kill trip, but you can stay for much, much longer depending on your supplies. Depending on your efficiency with your supplies, and also with a little bit of luck. All of the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, they have, I believe, a 20% chance of dropping supplies instead of loot, which kind of sucks sometimes, especially when you're doing the tally in, tally out kill. But for those of you that want to do maximum kills per hour, try to farm up your Virtus pieces or your Soul Reaper axes or your pet hunting, etc. It's very, very, very useful. I find I'll even stay the extra kill if I'm just tallying in, tallying out. I'll just pick up the supplies, set myself up for a second kill, and just go for it. I don't think about the efficiency of it in that moment. Or I'll just pick up the supplies and throw it in my bank, free prey pots, free combat pots, I mentioned in my last Duke video that I got spooned the pet, hyper spooned at 60 KC. I'll show it off in the corner of the screen while I yap about how to prep the kill right about here. But yeah, that was 60 kills in. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky kill right there. So as soon as you walk in, I'm sorry for any audio cuts. I'm trying my best to get the clips together in order. As soon as you get in, this is, like I said, this one is just going to be the get in, get out method. You can see by the markings I left on the tiles on the floor there, you can actually use this to skip certain obstacles that are going to come in your way. It's a very big room, very nice room. So first thing you do is you take a pestle and mortar off of the wall there. You can see the shadows on the floor. I'm going to go very slow with this one. I don't want to show just how accustomed to it I am. You just go tile by tile. Be careful for the shadows. Be careful for those extremities on the wall. If you stick to those tiles, avoiding the shadows, the extremities will never touch you. And of course you're safe while you're gathering the actual mushrooms that are on the wall there. So you can gather them one by one. It's a little slow. Later on you'll see that I'll be tick manipulating. I hate tick manipulating. It's one of those things I just don't subscribe to. But you can crush the mushrooms as you're gathering them from the wall. It'll speed up the gathering process. You can crush, gather, and you're done in a couple of seconds. Again, I don't subscribe to these things. I'd rather just pick them off the wall, take my time, make it nice and slow and AFK as much as I can. Those are the other mushrooms on the other side of the wall there if you want to make the mushrooms. There's a pickaxe on the wall. You use the pickaxe to mine the salt. There's 2 salt deposits there. And that's how you make the mushrooms. And I will showcase how to do that in a little bit. Right now, we're just going to go for the 1 kill so I can show the tally in, tally out method. This is one of the reasons I don't really subscribe to doing Duke very often, because it's just the prep phase I'm lazy about, and setting up for long trips I'm very lazy about. I'm very on the go. I want to just do content and go back to my bank, and do content, go back to my bank. So prep phases, really, I'm not a big fan of them. It is also one of the mitigating factors when it comes to doing raids for me, because I'm very weird about doing prep and preparing myself for a piece of content that's going to take longer than a few minutes, which I know sounds silly. But I'm a very busy man. I do not go straight for long pieces of content. When it comes to these quests, I've done these quests for Desert Treasure 2. Desert Treasure 2 took me hours to do, and not in one sitting. I did pieces of it, and it did take a very, very long time. Another thing, setting up your auto pray, always be praying melee. There's going to be chip damage during the fight, but the chip damage will be capped at 5 as long as you're praying melee. And of course, equip Piety or your best melee prayers to maximize your damage. And that's going to be the whole fight. Turn off your auto retaliate. That's a very, very big thing. You can see I have marked the pillars to stand behind. If you're standing anywhere other than behind those pillars when Duke attacks, he'll hit you with a very, very strong mage attack that you cannot protect against. So always be behind those pillars when it's Duke's turn to attack, and turn off auto retaliate, because he will drag you out from behind the pillar, and it will just mess up your whole flow, right? As you can see, I'm feeding him some of the crushed mushrooms. It does 5% each time, and then I prep myself for the fight. Right when his bar is about to be full, that's when it's time to pray, sip your pot, whatever it is. Again, this is just for the one time. Spec him once, step back. Spec him twice, step back. I like the Brennan Claw spec. You can use BGS if you like. I think BGS is personally better. It gives you even more accuracy. But I have Brennan Claws. I don't have a BGS, so I'm using Brennan Claws. If you saw by my equipment, I also have the Serpentine helmet equipped. This is because Duke is susceptible to poison. He loves his poison. It gets him out of bed and it keeps him going down. So have a Serp helmet if you have one. If you don't have one, anything else is perfectly fine. I used to use a Natives Not helmet back in a long time ago, as you saw in that screenshot. And then you just back and forth. You're back and forth. You're back and forth. There is a certain amount of times he will attack before he activates a special. I think it's like 7 auto attacks. I don't remember the exact number. I read the wiki on it once and I was like, I'm not going to memorize it. The only reason I really don't put myself to memorize it is because I like to just watch my spec bar. It sounds silly, but the way I used to do it was I would watch my spec bar, and at the very least for the first cycle of attacks, that's when I knew he was going to attack, right? So that was a one-time kill. It was very, very quick. As you can see, 1 minute 7 seconds. I've gone down as low as 39 seconds. Still haven't hit that GM time, but you know, in time maybe. I'll probably need a scythe. I don't know. I never actually bothered to look it up exactly. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna set up for a full trip, quote unquote. I'm not gonna do an actual until my supplies run out trip, but I will do a until I run out of potions trip. So with the thing about Duke is, and they changed this apparently, I got to Duke way after changes. So you can make up to 4 potions, not 4 potions, 4 kills worth of potions, so 8 potions, depending on your herb lore level. And this was a very, very big update because it means you could stay at Duke much longer. Okay, I personally haven't stayed longer than the initial 4 kills. This is more so just because for my own brain, the way I like to do things is just a certain amount of things. Like I'm told I can make 8 potions for 4 kills. I'm doing the 4 kills and that's it. If you can stay longer, if you have the supplies, and you'll see I do have the supplies, all it takes is to simply go back to the mushrooms, pick off more mushrooms, mine some more salt, make some more potions. You can stay for as long as your supplies can allow you to. This is another good use of things like the Blood Fury. You know, I was using the Amulet of Blood Fury when I was originally learning. In spite of the full inventory of food, you know, timing is hard to learn. Duke is very good at teaching you about the timing of the ticks. Not as good as other pieces of content for sure. Duke can be kind of wonky depending on your understanding of it. But it is a good stepping stool for like learning ticks, you know, on ticking, off ticking, whatever it is. I am missing some of the combat achievements. I'll eventually go back and do them. I'm not doing my elite combat achievement yet. I'm not doing that run yet. Right now, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing these tutorials. Also, I want to point out, I forgot to think about this. The Marlins, you do not need Marlins. As you saw, I barely had any Marlins in my bank. I don't like buying Marlins. I don't want to pay 3.5, 3.6, whatever it is, per piece of hard food. It's not worth it, in my opinion. It's good to have, sure, and it's good for making the trip longer and everything, but it's entirely unnecessary. It's just something you don't need to put money on. There's better options, especially like, I mean, sharks are nothing. They're more expensive now, sure, thanks to the bots going away. But like, bring a shark, dude. It's 20 HP. It's a lot. You know, like Duke would have to max hit you 4 times in a row for that to not be worth it. So that's just silly. Another thing about this tick management that I was mentioning earlier, whenever you're switching from side to side while Duke is hitting you with, trying to hit you with those poison attacks, that's a good time to eat. Or when Duke is doing his special where he has to leave his eye on you, that's another great time to eat. Just hide behind the pillar and eat. It's okay. And as time goes on, you'll understand exactly which ticks you want to take advantage of in terms of eating. It's still something I'm learning, especially now because I'm trying to learn how to do Corrupted Gauntlet. I only ever cleared one regular gauntlet, and I'm trying to learn Corrupted Gauntlet myself. Especially now with the update, it seems like manageable to do like a tier 2 prep for a Corrupted Gauntlet. And also, once I have that down, I'm definitely going to be releasing a video for you guys, because that is one piece of content I could not wrap my head around for a long time. I don't even remember how I managed to do the one clear of Gauntlet that I did do. It was definitely a tier 1 prep, but I have no idea what I did. Honestly, it was so long ago. As you see, I just dropped the pestle and mortar on the floor because I don't plan on making any more potions. I should have done the same with the pickaxe, but the thing about the pickaxe is also something to point out. If you bring your own pickaxe, if you want to bring a dragon pickaxe, you're totally free to do so. If you want the extra inventory space for food or a prey pot, whatever, that's fine. But if you bring a dragon pickaxe, you'll mine the salt much faster. It is, as you can see, like how slow it is with this iron pickaxe that they give you. Bring a dragon pickaxe if you want it to go faster, or, you know, it's really up to your own preference. I didn't even bring enough food to warrant me not bringing my own pickaxe, but I just decided, like, whatever. I was sort of winging it. I am still new to this, video making process and everything, so I'm kind of flip-flopping on what needs to be said and what needs to be taught. I'm not very good at tutorials. I've watched so many tutorials, and the idea of making my own was so attractive, and now I feel like I'm flip-flopping a little bit on what to do. But as I guess I can double back, right? And I picked, 8 of each mushroom, crushed them up. In terms of salt, same thing. You only need 48 of the salt to make the 8 potions. Each potion takes 6 of each ingredient. Sometimes I just AFK at the salt deposit, especially, if I'm busy in real life and I'm just sort of setting myself up. I'll just, I'll do like this. I'll just AFK where the salt is, and I'll just keep mining salt until I'm done doing whatever I'm doing. This way I can actually set myself up and do what needs to be done properly. So you come over here to these fermentation vats. You just click on them one time. You can spam click them like I am, just to sort of make sure you're filling them up, and then you just run back and forth between them. Again, that's in the interest of like saving time. You don't really need to if you don't want to. The prep phase, I hate it so much that I try my best to do it fast to get it out of the way, but it's just unnecessary. Like it's just, you don't need to do it. But you'll see that I now have 6 and then 7 and then 8 of those potions at the bottom there. Those are the potions that are going to wake Duke up. So instead of feeding him, 42 of the crushed mushrooms, you just feed him 2 of these potions. So I'm going to set myself up here. I'm going to time skip just a little bit because I end up AFKing here a little bit because I did end up getting busy IRL. In that short time, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just show something that my wife got me, just showing, like, I love Duke and I love his pet. But I want to show off something real fast that my wife got me. I'll just slap it on the screen with no real editing right around here. That is a little statue of the Baron pet. My wife got it for me from my birthday. I don't remember if it was Created or Crafted or one of those websites, that the YouTubers always sponsor. This is not a sponsor, mind you. I just wanted to show it off because, like, I love it. It's a funny little guy. He's very heavy, and those teeth are sharp as hell. I was very surprised by the craftsmanship of it. And again, this is not a sponsor. This is not an ad. I would love for it to be a sponsor, but no, I actually just She just bought me one of those, and she bought me a desk mat too of Jad. It's very cool. I'll show that some other time maybe. But yeah, so we're gonna skip ahead, and when the fight starts, I'll start yapping again about the fight. All right, I skipped ahead now, so I saw that I started moving my screen again. God knows what happened. I probably got busy at some point during recording, and I was so scared of losing my setup, I just put my phone down. So as you see, same thing. I pray, I pot up, etc., etc. I dump my specs. I know you can fit 2 specs in there, but just sometimes you miss a tick, and that's it. It's not a big deal. But, you know, you want to be safe, it's okay. Just attack once and step back. The wiki says that, you know, right now he's attacking at a 5-tick cycle, so you can use your own 5-tick weapon to match him. I used to use a Nox every single time I used to do this fight, and it matched him very well. But the thing is, in the enrage phase, he attacks at a 4-tick cycle. So you would have to bring a second weapon, like, for example, the Ember Light or Silver Light. Did I say Silver Light? I don't know, Arc Light, whatever it was. Either way. To like match his attacks in the last phase, and I never did that either. I just camped my Nox the whole time, but I have the Ember Light now. I camped the Ember Light the whole time. As you can see, he does, you know, his specials, and that's when I pick when to like sneak an attack in, like, especially the poison special. If you're already running and you know the poison's not going to hit you, yeah, sneak in an attack, why not? When he does this eyeball special, as you can see, I go to attack right away after he's done the attack. I know he's done the attack based on a number of cues. One of them would be in the text box. It'll say that his gaze passed you or something like this. Another one is an interesting little noise that it makes, and I make bronze chains bodies drop because, like, of course I do. Same drop rate as, you know, dragon plate legs, by the way, but whatever. Either way, one thing about his attacks is they do have even a visual tell, even if you don't for some reason have audio or whatever, or you're not looking at your text box. I like to leave my text box closed. I like to close my inventory. I like to have as much visual room as I can have. You know, I play on an iPhone 13. It's not the biggest screen in the world, so I like to have as much space as I can. But as you can see, one thing that I look for, if you double back and check, as soon as his attack is about to be done, he waves his funny little arms. You see how they wave, the little arms? See how he like curls in and throws them out? I watch his arms. Now, the arms are a big tell for when he's about to do an attack. And as you can see, I still miss ticks sometimes. But as you can see, he waves his arms, and that's it. He was ready to be attacked. I missed a tick because I was eating, I believe. But, you know, that's how you know. And I also always watch for the little arm curl whenever he's gonna throw the poison, because I know that's when it's time to move, you know. So the loot mechanics, if you don't know, if you get hit by any of the extra mechanics, like aside from the chip damage, you will lose your quote-unquote perfect kill mechanics. This does not affect your unique drop rate, however, and I cannot stress this enough. If you get hit and you're like hyper OCD and you're like, oh, well, there goes my perfect kill, it's okay. Just finish the kill. I almost got caught by his little thing there because I misread the situation. But it's okay, finish the kill, because your unique drop rate stays the same. Your drop rate for the Awakener's Orb stays the same. You only get less regular loot. And yes, that would suck when you get like a big drop. For example, again, those dragon plate legs. And it's like a 300k difference. But like, you know what? If you're consistently camping any DT2 boss, you're not there for the regular loot. And I know that sucks, because why would you camp a boss if their regular loot is ass? Because you want their uniques. I want to get a Virtus piece. I want to get Awakener's Orbs. I want a Soul Reaper axe. I actually don't want a Soul Reaper axe, but, you know, people who do farm that boss want a Soul Reaper axe. You understand? That's what they sit there for. And the perfect kill does not affect that chance whatsoever. You just have to stick it out. So, I'm trying to think of where I was going with this. The point is, as you can see by the attacks every single time, it's something that comes to you physically. It comes like it becomes muscle memory, when to attack, when not to attack, when to stay, when not to stay. Some people love to sneak in that attack before the eyeball. I do rarely. If I'm really feeling myself, I'll sneak the attack in after. I'll just wait. I'm okay with not getting that extra attack in. And as you can see, when I'm running back and forth, that's when I'll eat a marlin or I'll sip a prayer pot, because I want to make sure I'm staying alive. Being alive is always the best thing. If you're alive, you're gonna kill the boss some more. If you're not alive, guess what? You're paying another 500k to get your stuff back, or less if you're in a lesser setup. But you want to bring your best melee for this. You want to bring a Serp helmet if you can. If not, Nada's not helmet's fine. Face guard's fine. Oath plate helmet's fine. Demon Bane weapon, like I have, like Emberlight is good. You can use a Nox. I like the Nox for it. It's very good. You can use Arclight. Arclight's fine. You won't get the fastest kills, but it's fine. You can even do it with a zombie axe. It'll just take a very, very long time. That's all. So here I'm going to be getting my last kill out. This is, once again, me going to complain about Jagex nerfing the Burning Claws. They really shouldn't have done that. I don't know why they would do that. Nerfing the Burning Claws feels so targeted to me specifically, because I love the Burning Claws specifically here at this piece of content, you know? But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's all I have to say really about Duke. He's a very, very, very simple boss. I died a couple times learning him. I died a couple times learning everything, of course. Like, you're gonna die. Like, this is what's gonna happen. But Duke, in my opinion, is the easiest out of the four to learn. And, interestingly enough, he's not the worst in terms of unique chance, which I think is really, really nice. Like, I think the worst out of them is either the Leviathan or Vardorvis, in terms of the unique chance, which is great because I can't stand fighting either of those guys either, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, and that's the entire 4-kill trip wrapping up now. As you saw, like, I went back and forth between getting perfect kills and not getting perfect kills, and sometimes I get my tick right, other times not so much. There are times I'll tap him and then immediately tap behind the pillar because I know I missed, you know? And these are things that come, again, naturally. Like, even now, like, I have, like, you saw, like, 100-something kills, and I'm still not fully getting it myself, right? But yeah, that's all I have to say. I thank you guys so much for being with me all this time. I really appreciate it. I'll try to get out another video pretty soon. I'm thinking I'm already recording another hour of Duke just to show like an hour of Duke, basically. I'm also working on some wilderness content. I will be working on the wilderness a little bit more. I do love some wilderness stuff. I do love some PvP, and I will be showcasing that in some time. And for those of you who have stayed this long, thank you so much. You know, drop me a like, a comment, a subscription, you know. And I'll see you guys in the next video in a couple days from now, all right? Thank you so much again. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and take care now. Bye-bye.